So watu wengi, akina Orengo, akina Anyang' Nyong, and so on and so forth, kuna watu hapo tumefanya kazi pamoja. When we used to work for Mzee Kibaki, an officer and a gentleman, a real leader, with Mutua as a spokesperson, Katuku was there. Mtu wa maji, waziri, young, very able. Na wengine, when we used to, to work with Mzee Kibaki, Raila was there as Prime Minister. So there is that history, and we used to work with people who are now in Uhuru's government, Uhuru's side, who used to work with Kibaki. So there is familiarity there. But the point I wanted to make is this. When we had that meeting in Makueni of Azimio, and we had a 16-page document, tulipofika in Kasarani, I didn't quite make it there. But huku Kasarani, the points of Lower Eastern were reduced in Raila's speech, were reduced to one sentence. Actually, from all the regions of Kenya where there had been Azimios, we occupied the least space of one sentence. Huku kuna njaa na kuna shida ya maji. Hiyo sentence ilisema hivyo. Kwa hivyo, even with the familiarity I talked about, and so on and so forth, we are not going to accept to be assumed. Sindio? And I'm saying this when we sit with the Prime Minister, we have opportunities to do that. I am making this point so that we can say it's not going to be business as usual. As a person, I have done a little for our country, I think. A little also for Makueni, I think. And it is time now, because maybe I'm not going to be in the public service for a long time, because I've done this year 45 years of working for the public service. Na hata sijapata pension, sikupata pension university, sikupata pension MP, sikupata pension, governor wamekataliwa pension. But that does not matter. But the point I'm trying to make ni kusema, ikiwa kuna jambo inatakikana nifanye, ndio hawa watu wa area yetu, alongside other Kenyans, wawe wamefika mahali, I don't mind the role that I will take. Because it's not looking for the position, it is looking for, can things begin to happen in our area? So that I will not be greedy for positions. I know for a fact, without kujigamba, because wale wananifahamu sio mtu wa kujigamba. I know as a president of this country, I can be part of real transformation. I know that. But for the task ahead, even as I say my presidential candidature is on, I'm able and all that, Mutua's is on. For me, whatever it takes to really help this community first and foremost, and to help our country, that for me is important business. Kwa hivyo nikimalizia, tumezungumza kwa urefu, na jambo moja before I conclude ni ya vaccinations za COVID. Hiyo ni ya maana sana, so that as we go telling our people to register for votes from 17th. Also, we should tell them about vaccinations. Ya kwanza, ya pili, wale wajapata, na ile booster sasa imeanza. So that we can protect our people. So, what Dr. Mutua said in terms of us going to our community, talking about this registration, voter registration, getting them, to register and all that, that is very important, and I will be there. We will do that in all our areas together, the governors, the leaders, you here, everybody. Na katika mazungumzo yetu na Alfred, na pia is something also that we have discussed, somewhat with the charity. There is no reason why Muungano Party, why Chap, why NAC, why all the parties, first of all, in this region should not work together, like to do that voter registration and so on. There is no reason. That shouldn't happen. And I had been borrowed by Wiper from Muungano, na Wiper wakafika mahali wakasema kwamba hiyo MOU wakaterminate, na ni vizuri kwa sababu whatever they wanted us to do for them we had done, and they decided that it was time to cut us loose. No problem. So going forward, I am Muungano. That is where I'll do my politics. That is where we shall do our politics. We shall come around telling people, register, let us work together with those parties that I have mentioned. And we need now to get leaders who believe in the people, not leaders who believe in an individual. Because without that changing in Ukambani and in Kenya, we still will go nowhere. Leaders who believe in the people, not who believe in an individual. Not leaders wengine hata wanaita ukende, that kind of stuff. Kutoka izile pande za, labda mnajua, so that happens. So, let me conclude by saying that I thank you for really, kuitikia wito huu, na tujitume katika community yetu. Tuseme kwamba lazima community ibadilike. Tujitume. Na tuendelee kuzungumza hivi we get more people so that, everywhere, whether it's business people, professionals and so on, tunajituma. So that happens. And then we do our politics so that we get people who can lobby on our behalf. And when all those alliances, Azimio, kuna, kuna akina Hasla, kuna akina Oka, kuna small parties which are many, and so on, I think it's important for every group to know that we are not just to go anywhere because kuna mtu amesemekana akienda mbele wale wengine watafuata. Each one of us is important, and we have to sit down and talk about what is on the table for our people. Hiyo ijulikane waziwazi. First and foremost, we are negotiating for development. First and foremost, we are negotiating for development. And secondarily, also for those positions, but not just for positions. Positions are important, we want them, but we want that development. So that is clear cut. I think that's very, very important. This is one of our key messages. We are not just going anywhere because somebody has gone there and wale wengine watajazia. Oh, tunaambiwa you are packed until someone comes. We are not going to get packed. because we are actors and we are interested in the development of the people. We have demonstrated through devolution that we can deliver. I have talked a lot. Normally, I don't talk a lot. Lakini sasa, we have to mobilize all the energy that we have had reserved for this journey, because this is an important journey for our community, for our country. Na tunauliza, kuna wakati Deputy President Ruto alimwambia Raila akubali akishindwa this time around, and that is legitimate. Lakini vile vile hata yeye tunataka tumwambie na wewe ukishindwa ukubali. Kwa sababu hatutaki 2007-8 kila mtu akisema atashinda na asiposhinda ule mwingine hakushinda, tunatengeneza vita kwa nchi yetu, na hiyo vita ikitokea wale wanaumia ni wale wa huku nyumbani. So we are also calling on all politicians that they must guard their language. They should not do things that will take us to problems. Na ABC iwe ABC ya kweli, sio ABC ya mtu, sio ABC ya deep state or shallow state or whatever state. We don't want the elections captured. We want free, fair, transparent, credible elections 2022. Nimezungumza mengi, but we have now decided we are going to stand tall, even some of us who are short, for our community and for Kenya going forward. So nataka kufika hapo, and I really, thank you for coming. And chalo kitaambia adu maitu chalo ni chaambia na yu chalo ki chaambia yu pati ngwe na nitu kwenda tongo yala yuyu me kwenda mukamba atulua makatulua. Na nitu kwenda andwala malikana nandu make kamaendeo nandu make thukisi andu yutu ti kwenda kendo cho twika kana andwa nini meba maithiko ya maikwata twendo two na matasia mukamba no vonie chuyu kete toneka na wethwane andwa o nde mekwase kana twende kuonekana tumatethese kula twitona kutethesya mundu kula beidi nitwele kwitethesya kula wethwa be mundu tutethesya kula twitethesya mundu kula wethia wende kwenda maendeo mandu maitu na tu wetu tutulite kula tutula siemani ona wethwa nipa nikanandu mama nikana yuba ingwe tisawa. Na Mutiwa, thank you very much kwa sababu ya kutualika. Hapa ndio wakati wa kwanza kuwa na mkutano kama huu. Ni pakubwa sana, ni pazuri, ni parembo. Na ningi katuku mutoa mwengi mate namo twende uto tukeza kukula nia to sanga twitu tweba to tukeza kukula nia because we believe in also supporting emerging leadership. Tutikwenda farao la watu ana tuonde farao atona kana katumila kakara farao nake musumbi farao musumbi ayake wakanakana nike kwandikwa bana akazia ye koko wawe ake wakangi musumbi nandeze niwe ukwandikwa twana serikali ya farao akaje beongi nake wina kabiasala akaje ne diwena kabiasala hata kuka kanangwa anu maitu ni madinite. We are some of the poorest communities in the country, and that must change. Asanteni.
Iko sawa. Tupigie magavana wetu makofi.